Hello and welcome to Chapter 3 of the book about money. This chapter is about debt and how to manage it. In 1947, in Northcote Melbourne, Charlie Morrow passed away. He owned a successful boot factory that had manufactured boots for the Australian Defence Force during the Second World War. When Charlie died, he left his factory in equal shares to his two sons, Leith and Robin, both aged 23. They weren't interested in keeping the family business going, so they sold the factory for $200,000, and they each walked away with $100,000. Now, Leith and Robin were very different people regarding their attitude and beliefs about money. Leith was very conservative, and he wanted to have his own small farm and be a farmer for the rest of his life. So he bought a small apple orchard on the Mornington Peninsula in Victoria with 20% of his inheritance. That's approximately $20,000 in 1948. The remaining 80% he invested. 60% of it, which was $48,000, was invested in Australian Stock Exchange or ASX shares in about 6 of the top 20 companies on the ASX at the time. 40% of his remaining $80,000, which was $32,000, he kept in cash in a high interest bearing bank account, so he would always have something to fall back on if the farm didn't make any money. And he lived the next 60 years a very modest lifestyle. Actually, the farm didn't make any money, but he was doing what he loved, which was farming, in a lovely rural area on the Mornington Peninsula with his wife and 2 children, and they always had enough money for his modest needs and theirs. When Leith died in 2007, his assets were worth $4 million. Robin, however, wanted to have his own business in retail and was not risk-averse. He used his entire inheritance and he put it all into opening a chain of retail clothing and homeware stores in Australia, across all the states. As his business expanded, he borrowed more and more to finance his business and his debt and his lifestyle. He borrowed to buy an expensive home in a sought-after suburb in Melbourne and had 2 prestige cars. Unfortunately, Robin's business failed within 10 years and he was bankrupt. His gamble did not pay off. In later years, he tried a series of other small businesses which were also not successful, and he found it very difficult to provide for his wife and children. He died in 2006 on the age pension with no assets. So what can we learn from Leith and Robin's story about debt? There are 4 simple guidelines to follow. Firstly, if you are not currently in debt, don't get into it. Secondly, if you are in debt, get out of it as soon as you can. Pay off your mortgage slowly and consistently. Pay off any student, car or personal loans, and don't take out any further loans once you've paid off your mortgage. Live within your means so that you're comfortable, but avoid prestige items until your debt is paid off. Swap your credit card for a debit card so that you're only spending what is in your bank account and no more. Be patient, wait and save rather than having to have everything you want right now. This is one of the keys to a better quality of life. So far in this series, we've looked at the point of money, which was chapter 1, how to have a good quality of life. Secondly, how to get money by spending less than you own. how to manage debt by getting rid of it. And in future videos, we'll look at how to keep your money and not lose it. What's the real importance of money, and why is this such an important area of your life? And lastly, we'll look at how much is enough with money. So the next video we'll tackle will be how to keep your money. Stay posted.